Yo, am I in the building? Am I in the booth? Yep, I got it. You ready to go, Rayshawn?
I'm ready.
Anyway, here it go. Yo, what's up, man? This is Gimme a Second podcast, man. Listen, keep this. I did it again.
Keep it
Yo, what's up, man? This is Gimme a Second podcast. You was talking?
I was talking in the mic.
Man of God, respect the pulpit. All right. Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Gimme a Second podcast. Listen, from Safe Space Radio and the network where we keep the main thing the main thing. You know, because you're the main character in your story. It's your boy here, RJ, and I'm here with the man that's always in between. But listen, he was in the book. He was in the book this past weekend. The man of God, he preached it. He sang it. And now we're waiting and we're believing God for it. My man, Rayshawn.
Y'all pay Rob no attention.
This man sang the roof off that place.
Rob will push somebody with no legs.
Let me tell you something. This man said, listen, he said, I came and I wanted freedom, but then I found out there was something that was attached to it. Can you let us know that? Tell us the story that you said in church. It ain't going to have the same oil because I'm not playing organ.
That is so silly.
You got to tell them what you said about the story and the shirt and all that. Come on.
No. So we sung a song Sunday at church, Freedom Fill the Room. And I was telling them.
Shout out to, what is his name? Todd Galbraith.
Todd Galbraith, Freedom Fill the Room. And so I was telling a story real quick during praise and worship that I went to a store and I've been wanting this shirt that I kept going trying to get the shirt and couldn't get the shirt. Well, I could get the shirt.
Get in key, sir. Get in key.
Didn't want it. And so I finally went in the other day and I was like, I'm getting the shirt. Today's the day. Price is where I want it. Get to the register and the guy's like, just get another shirt. And I was like, nah, this is the shirt I want. I've been waiting on this shirt.
Right.
I looked. He's like, nah, get another shirt. I'm like, nah, dude, this is the shirt. I'm gonna go get the shirt. He was like, no, you waited long enough. Now it's buy one get one free. And so the whole week I was dealing with that and kept thinking about that song Jesus Fill the Room. And I was like, yo, freedom never comes by itself. Freedom is always attached to something. If you get freedom, you get grace. If you get freedom, you get peace. If you get freedom, you get joy.
Now say it like you said it on Sunday.
Freedom is always no,
this man, a guy, he killed it, man. Listen, shout out to my man. Yo, he killed it. And listen, I was able to go with you, man. I was able to hang out with you in that realm. And likewise, man, I'm just thankful that we support each other, man.
For sure.
If you find out this man is hosting another praise and worship situation, you got to get in the room because I don't know what he's giving out next time. Last time he gave out freedom. Tomorrow he may be giving out.
Really, for real. Pay Rob no mind. This man, your mind is ate up.
Yo, Steve Nash. What's going on, Steve Nash?
Well, KD said at the preseason, get rid of him or trade me. And so I guess they said just wait a little bit because that man didn't make it 8 games.
Listen, one man's loss is another man's gain because Ime Udoka said, listen. He said, listen, Nia Long, she still supports me and stands by me. And truth be told, I believe the Nets had their eyes on him the whole time anyways. Because
really?
he was an assistant coach on their staff.
So I didn't even know that.
So he used to coach with the Nets as an assistant coach before he went over to Boston. So there was some history there anyways.
So wait, I need to ask you though, when it comes to the Nets, Steve Nash getting fired, how do you feel about it? As a person that watches basketball, do you feel like that was the right move, right call, or do you feel like they jumped the gun a little too soon?
Well, I feel like they didn't want him to begin with. I believe that was another opportunity, and this is where it gets a little tricky. But it's the good old boy system, and they were looking out for him.
Somebody more qualified should have got the position.
Mark Jackson is still one of those guys that's getting overlooked.
Yeah.
And there's more coaches just like that. And I'm gonna also take this opportunity, like we've done in the past, and say, you know what, equality, equalism, right? Yeah. There's some ladies that are even in the coaching realm in the NBA right now. One of the coaches for the Spurs is a female coach. Yeah. That could have got an opportunity, way more credible than Steve Nash.
I mean, you hit it though. Mark Jackson never gets the credit he deserves. The Golden State Warriors are who they are because of Mark Jackson. Of what Mark Jackson did. He never gets credit. I just think it's crazy that KD in the preseason was like, get rid of Steve Nash, to get rid of him. They're like, no, we're not gonna do that. You're not even got 8 games in. You get rid of this man. The Lakers ain't barely won 1 game.
Yeah.
That coach
Yeah, well, this is his first year, though. So this is a rebuild year from an administration perspective as well for the Lakers. But hold on. I need you to understand with the Nets, they didn't want Steve Nash to begin with. I don't think you remember when he first got picked up by the Nets. Kyrie was saying,
we don't need a coach.
We don't need a coach. We gonna just play pickup ball. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. And I feel bad for Steve Kerr. I'm sorry, not Steve Kerr. Steve Nash. Because at the end of the day, like he was in a very toxic situation to begin with. He was in a situation where you had Kyrie talking about the world was flat.
What do you do when your top 2 stars don't want you?
You know what I'm saying? The world was flat. The stars didn't want to play with him. They didn't even consider him a coach from the beginning. What else? You had Harden, who came in fat, left fat, and now he's hooping. He came in fat.
Left fat.
He came in left fat. You know what I mean? You had
that's like what Barkley said. He said the Lakers been bad, they still bad.
Right. They was bad at they were. It was bad at their best. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. What about your Lakers though? What y'all gonna do?
I still believe, because this is the thing. Westbrook, I believe he's finally connected with his assignment. And you don't make me go there. One of the hardest things for you to accept in life is assignment.
You talking about being the 6th man?
Listen,
he get too much money to be a 6th man.
My vote right now, 6th man of the year, Russell Westbrook.
Man,
the Lakers go to the Western Conference Finals.
This man called CeCe Winans winning a Dove Award. Now he think he prophetic.
Listen,
Get off this podcast.
Tell the truth though. I said that before they even released the results that CeCe Winans was the woman of God. Yeah, look, Russell Westbrook. I'm telling you, I believe it. I believe this strongly that he's going to be the 6th man of the year, and the Lakers are going to go to the Western Conference Finals. Now, whether they win or not, I don't know, but I do believe that was a step in the right direction. But this is the piece. Every time AD jumps and lands, he grabs something.
That man did not drink milk when he was
the most fragile.
I've never seen that man messed his back up hanging on the rim. What in the world? Like, how are you $1 million athlete?
Right.
And you get it's like
I don't understand.
Broke up.
I don't understand.
That look this thump broke up. That's Anthony. I mean, that dude is. I don't get it. I'm just like. Every time he fall, I'm just like, oh God, I'm traumatized by him falling.
We kind of graced over this really quickly, but while Ime Udoka, is that Ime?
I can't even say Giannis Antetokounmpo. I barely can say his name.
I want you to know. What did I say to you a couple of days ago? You can't be restored from a place you choose to be stuck in. Mm-hmm. That man messed up. They put him in a spot where they tried to really humiliate him. His girl and Nia Long, shout out to her, stuck by his side. He laid low for a little bit, and it didn't take a whole season.
Yeah.
And for real, like he was able to get into a situation where, restoration was able to happen because I think he fixed it. I think he dealt with it head on, and he didn't leave that situation in a space where, he was trying to make excuses. Yeah. He just dealt with it. He took it on, and I don't even remember him making a statement.
I don't either. I don't. If he did, I missed it. I don't.
Why do you think Nia Long stayed with him though?
I know she said something like, it hit her off guard.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think that's 100% truth.
Yeah.
I feel like to some degree she knew. I feel like they navigated that together. You're not going to tell me they're just too well known to not go into that head first together.
Are you saying that she knew about that beforehand and it just happened to come out in the news?
Yes. I 100% believe it. I just don't think.
That.
And at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to, regardless of, he did wrong, hurt her. I think there was enough love between them that she's like, yeah, but I'm not going to let them destroy you. I'm not going to let them completely just destroy you like that.
You know what I love about her is that, and in a situation like that where anybody can, be empathetic to that, is that, the thought process of hurt people.
Yeah.
She didn't let a situation where she was hurt be a situation where she decided to hurt back.
Yeah. No, that's good.
You know what I mean? And I always say, you want to make sure that you're in a space where you have the capacity, you have the availability for a thing or relationship, because you start bleeding on people that didn't cut you. But Ime Udoka, or however you say his name, bled on her.
Yeah.
If I could say it that way, and she still chose not to cut back.
Yeah.
So there's a space in place for a person, and it just happened to be Nia Long in this situation.
That's it. There's a space and a place for a person. The question is a space and place for Westbrook and LA. We do not know. I say get rid of that man.
I still think, I think right now they have a trade available for Miles Turner and
trade him.
Buddy Hield.
Trade him.
And I think what they do is they get bigger and they get better shooting.
I say trade him.
And that's something you can't get out of Westbrook.
I wouldn't even at this point. I don't care who you offer me. Just get rid of Westbrook. It's just not. It's not working. I think we all knew it wasn't going to work when it first happened. But we're like, let's just get it through.
Yeah.
But now that's an expensive mistake.
Yeah.
That's an expensive.
I think he's getting $44 million this year. This is the last year he gets $44 million
to come off of the bench as a.
But listen though, You got to remember though, my man,
highest paid $6 million a year.
Well, Crawford was getting paid when he was coming off the bench.
Crawford was not getting paid that kind of money.
He wasn't getting paid $44 million, but he was getting paid 20-something million.
There's a big difference. Now, I ain't seen 20 or 40 mil, but I know numbers enough to know there's a big gap between 20 million and 40 million. That's wild. But,
I mean, you know what they call him?
What?
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, Russell.
So I can't even say it because it's tongue twister. Whatever.
I mean, between him, I don't know what's worse, him or Ben Simmons at this point. I'm tired of seeing.
The league has changed altogether. But anyways, man, I think we got a message this week from one of the people that was following us. Shout out to everybody who follow us. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button at the bottom. Man, everything that you do in terms of supporting us helps us push this channel, push this content, and we appreciate y'all for it.
For sure. So this message it was a post that got sent to me that I saw, and it says if a woman says if a man goes a whole day without talking to you, he doesn't like you. Let me say that one more time. If a man, this is from a woman's perspective, they're saying if a man goes a whole day without talking to you, he doesn't like you. So I was like, I gotta bring this to Give Me a Second, because I need to hear from my brother. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If a man's going a whole day without talking to a woman,
they say there's levels to this, and okay, so I have to understand the temperature. So obviously that message is written in a space where somebody ain't getting along with somebody. Because I've been in space, because again, you got to remember your military background, stuff like that. I've been in spaces where we can't talk and stuff like that, and everything has to be okay. We got to be solid. But I will say this: when I have made it my intentional effort, I'll say maybe that I don't like you. I'll say I just needed a break. I needed a break, and I've dealt with situations where, for the betterment of you and I, but I think the break has to be mutual. Remember I said a couple of podcasts ago, I said, a relationship can be toxic when you're the only one that knows your intentions.
Gotcha. You
know what I mean? So I think that we have to be very conscious, especially now in 2022, because, I would almost say, like cheating is inevitable, because remember we talked about it on the last episode. There's nothing that you can do to.
Don't say cheating is inevitable.
Yeah,
say a woman can't control whether a man cheats or not.
There we go.
It's more so said that way. Yeah. But you doing some good talking, but you talking around the answer.
Okay.
I need to know if a man if Rob goes a whole day without texting you or talking to you, does that mean Rob don't like you?
No, that don't mean I don't like you.
Okay.
That just means. And it also means, are we in relationship? What are we in?
You're being too deep. I don't agree with you. I feel like if Rob goes, if you go a whole day, if you are invested in a person, y'all been talking, and you telling me you go a whole day and you don't think to text them, call them, message them, send a dove or something.
No,
Rob, you don't like them.
No.
You don't like no. This is the era of technology. We are on our phones all day. I don't care what you do. You're on your phone. I done met one person say, I ain't touched my phone all day. You're a liar. I've never seen that.
Well,
you're not going to tell.
Rob is not a man that'll tell you a lie. I'm telling you, no, for me, I've needed a break. I think that when I'm in needing a break, I think that I could have maybe been more, assertive in saying, hey, I need this break. Leaving someone on red. Now, hold on. You gotta rephrase the question. If I leave you on red.
Okay, so what you're saying is if you go a whole day without talking to somebody, you've already forewarned them that this day is about to happen tomorrow and I'm not going to be able to talk.
And then the next piece is how we're not playing games with each other. Because if we both ain't talked to each other all day, then what?
Well, no, that gets into that whole, when you first meet, you waiting to see who's going to message first, who's going to text first.
So
you got your opinion. My opinion, I think that is the absolute truth. If a man goes the whole day and he hasn't said, hey, how you doing? You good? What's up? Or I will reverse it. If a woman goes a whole day, if you going this long and there's no communication, I don't think, I'm not going to say they don't like you. I'm going to say their level of liking you isn't that high.
No, and I'm going to take it another step further and say, I like you. You just not the priority at the moment.
And if I'm not the priority, we don't need to talk. I'm just saying straight up.
Okay.
We don't need, and I mean, you can call my friend. I'm laughing because I had this conversation with friends. They were like, "You just needy and control. You can call it whatever you want to.
You just not the priority right now."
No, I'm dope. You're not gonna tell me you went a whole day and didn't think about me. You ain't gonna
I ain't think about you either. How about that?
You ain't about to tell me you went a whole day and I didn't cross your mind. So if you went a whole day and I didn't cross your mind, we don't.
So the thing about it is that when you get that follow-up text, so you ain't think about me yesterday. I mean, I thought about you, but I was being just as petty as you was. I wanted to see if you was gonna text me too. No,
there's no future in it for me.
That's true.
If I'm going to, if I can go a day.
That's true.
And I understand. I'm not talking about when you just meet somebody. Of course, that's different. But I'm talking about when you.
That's true.
When you got to know somebody, you're talking. If I'm going a day and I don't communicate, like you said, you're not a priority. There's a lack of interest somewhere in there, and clearly we're not vibing. Because if it's somebody I'm vibing with, I want to talk to you every day. I want to bounce ideas off of you. I want to laugh. There's something I'm gonna joke about. Something I saw made me think of you. So to say we ain't talked the whole day, nah, something's off. Something ain't right in the water.
You know, everybody has a particular space outside of relationship. Now,
I'm talking about somebody you in relationship.
You didn't say that. Okay.
What are you talking about? It said if a man goes a whole day without talking to you, he doesn't like you. So clearly we're talking about a relationship, somebody you're liking, somebody you're involved with.
I'm not going like. No, see, you didn't ask the question right. You didn't ask.
If a man goes, I'm reading the question verbatim. No. If a man goes a whole day without talking to you, he doesn't like you. That's her statement. Do you agree or disagree with the statement?
If we're in a relationship, then I understand what you're saying. But when you talk about like I'm 35, I don't like nobody at 35.
Then what do you call it?
I don't like nobody.
You're interested? You say interested.
We getting married at 35.
Oh my God. So no way. Explore that. You saying I don't like nobody. What are you? I'm interested in them.
Saying,
I'm exploring. I'm sorry, Rob. Like big words. I'm exploring opportune situations with the young individual. He's exploring opportune situations.
I'm just saying you didn't ask the question right. I'm just saying for you to say, oh, okay, if he doesn't text you back, or if he doesn't text you, go a whole day without texting you, he don't like you. That's too bland.
Okay,
because if
let me define it. Let me put a story to it.
Yeah,
you've been talking to this. You've been talking to a woman.
You're already totally different.
Y'all been talking to a woman.
Keep going.
7 days. 7 days straight. Yeah. Last 7 days, y'all been messaging consistently, talking consistently. 8th day, she don't hear from you. Rob don't respond. Rob ain't talked all day. Does that mean you don't like her? What? There you go. That's the story.
That does not mean I don't like her.
Oh, you are. Get out of here. Get out of here.
No,
you telling me
it does not mean that.
You spent 7 days full text messaging with somebody, and the 8th day you disappear. Whoa, stop. I just said a key word. That is something that is so, oh my God.
That does not mean that.
The culture right now is people thinking that's what you're saying is you're toxic. Hold on, Rob, you're toxic.
That does not mean that. Let me tell you something. I went on a phenomenal date one time.
You are toxic.
Listen, I went on a phenomenal date, and one of the things, hear me, one of the things I said at the date, I said, you know what I love about this is that, and we're having a great time, is that I don't feel an obligation, or you don't feel an obligation for me to contact you in the morning. Like, you're not going to feel less than because I don't say hello. Like, if I don't talk to you for 2 days because we both got business going on, because we both busy. You know what I'm saying? No. And you're not going to make me believe that. And I'm telling you, that person is a phenomenal person to this day. I still like, you know what? You're phenomenal. I believe in you. No. No, I'm telling you,
culture,
man.
There's a culture right now that makes it seem like it's okay to just disappear or to, well, first off, this whole I'm busy culture. Everybody said they're busy ain't busy. Y'all got to cut that out. You're not that busy. I can show you busy, and I still got time to text somebody
I'm not going to be married or in a committed relationship and you not hear from me. But if we're just like each other and we're just dating and you don't have to, I'm never going to, one of the worst things I did was condition a person who I liked and I knew they liked me into hearing from me every day outside of relationship, because I became too available. I became too available too fast. And now
you shouldn't be available in a relationship?
I ain't done yet. And now we're not in a relationship.
We done hit a nerve. Clearly this is.
I ain't done yet.
Clearly this
and
is.
And so now we're not in a relationship, but you still expecting to hear from me every day. And now you asking me questions that you ain't got the jurisdiction to ask. You ain't my girlfriend.
Hold on. Are you okay?
Yes.
I just want to make sure you're okay. Because you just took this farther than where we're going. I'm talking about somebody you are talking to, not somebody that is over with. You're not going to tell me that I'm
That's not what I said.
I'm okay. I'm just going to, for me, I don't want to talk to nobody that can go a day or so and not talk to me.
It would be nice to be in a relationship or a situation where y'all both communicate daily. But what I had to learn for real is because, you know, for real, everybody, just because you like them or just because y'all are interested in each other, because I'm going off with the message said now, interest or like and all that kind of stuff, there's still a level of availability that you have to kind of control. Mm-hmm. Because you have to be able to gradually, you know, create something that you can maintain.
So let me ask you a question. As a man, do you think it works against us to be too available to a woman?
Yes. because you develop expectations. And the moment you don't hear from me, now I'm getting that message, or now you getting that subliminal post. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to create something that we can both, something that we can both get used to.
So what's happening now? Because I feel like a few years ago, or it might be longer than a few years, let's say 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago, that availability was what was attractive to both parties, that this person has time. This person's making me a priority. But you're saying not to be too available, to not be too available to a situation.
I think mutual availability is great. I think at the end of the day, when you're too available, though, not mutual, when you're too available, you start to develop conditions that are not, they're not achievable or something that you can maintain throughout the courtship process. Gotcha. You got to let that thing glide. You got to let that thing build. And so now if we are getting to know each other and there's a routine where I talk to you every single time at a certain time and day, now I'm going to start thinking something, along the lines of insecurity or trust. Now I'm developing problems before we even can grow into a real relationship because I'm basing, communication off of a standard that we couldn't maintain.
Well, clearly I'm traumatized because
you're the one. I'm good,
but I like patterns. So I like the pattern of a person. I like to have a consistent rhythm. I'm not saying we talking all day, we texting all day long. No. Everybody, I get it. We work. People got different things, got different lives. But what I am saying is, I will say it, woman, if you're talking to a man and you've been talking to this guy consistently and all of a sudden he disappears for a day and he has not messaged you, he ain't text you, go find a new one.
I think that's toxic. But I think what you said, I agree with that. But I think when you first get to know someone, when you start to like them, when you start to care about them, I don't think that you should create patterns where it's even a requirement that I got to be available every single day.
So at what point do you, in a relationship or talking or interest, do you have a conversation about, hey, these are my expectations from you as the person I'm interested in? Do you feel like that should be a conversation, or do you feel like it just automatically develops?
I think you're doomed after the day that you spend the whole night on the phone. You know that time when you slip on the phone and y'all both go to sleep?
Don't nobody sleep on the phone no more. I ain't did that since high school. I ain't sleeping on phones with you.
And then the other one is outside of relationship. Like if we definitive for real,
you hang up.
Like
no, you hang up. You hang up. Oh Lord,
you stupid. You stupid. No, so like for real. Like if we're in a relationship, like if we make that decision and we say, hey, we are in a relationship, then yes, you're gonna hear from me. You ain't gonna listen. I'm gonna beat you to the good morning. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna beat you to the good morning text. I'm texting you at lunch.
Okay, hold on. I know I'm about to throw you off here.
Yeah.
But this is something people don't talk about a lot. I'm gonna give y'all something, and I don't care what they say. Women, I know y'all love that "Hey, good morning, beautiful" text.
Yeah.
Us men like a good morning text too.
We do.
And I know we don't talk about that a lot.
We do.
We don't talk about what a man want. Y'all think men just want one thing, but sometimes we like a little good morning text too. We like to know you thought about us. You woke up with us on your mind. For me, I like kind of being the the originator of the text, kind of saying good morning. But my favorite part is the "Hey, what you doing for lunch" text. I like that one because that's connected. The fat boy in you.
That's
fat boy in you stands up. Feed me, Seymour, feed me.
That's connected to you want to see me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so good morning means I'm about to get about the day. I set the tone off for the day. I make sure that we have positive vibes only. But that text at lunchtime, what you doing, babe, for lunch? WYD, babe.
WYD, babe.
WYD, babe, question mark. Emoji. I don't know. It does something for me.
I'm about to give a woman game here.
Yeah, give it to her.
You want to mess up a man's mind and you want to lock him in randomly around 10:30.
Yeah.
About 10:42.
Yeah.
Send him a text and say, you need anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You go tear him up.
Yeah.
You got him.
Yeah.
You got him at that point. You got to send it at a random time, about 10:42.
Listen, it's either that or what we eating for dinner. Even the fact that when you say what we eating for dinner, you know what I'm saying? I even if I got to go pick it up, you know what I mean? I don't know. I want to start.
Basically, what Rob is saying, he likes intentionality, and I can say the word intention.
Yeah.
He likes you to be. I was trying to say intentionality.
That's it.
But
That's it.
That is the word. Y'all know I'm country. I can't get it out.
That's the word.
He likes you to be intentional. That's what he's saying. He's saying make the effort to say I'm thinking about you throughout the day.
People that watch us got to watch the whole conversation. I got to make sure I'm clear for anybody that either watched the whole thing or jumped in late. I do believe that, you know, once we're in union, you know, and that's a union for me is the decision. You know what I mean? And so once we're in union, yeah, you ain't gonna go a morning without hearing from me. Matter of fact, I had a preacher who I really aspired to follow and all that kind of stuff. And he was preaching one time, you know, how he, you know, when they get up there and they say, she the syrup on my pancakes, she the ketchup on my egg, all that stuff, you know, all that kind of stuff. He said, man, listen, let me tell you something. When I travel, I check in with my wife every hour. And I said to myself, I said, man, I'd love to be in a situation like that. From which I'm clear that I don't mind communicating. I'm just saying that having the responsibility of checking on you, you know, while we're recording or just interested in each other, nah. I'm just too busy, Rashawn.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that it's got to be every hour, every couple minutes check in. But
some women think that, though. Or some people. I'm sorry. Some people. Men and women.
I'm about to say fix that. Edit that on out. Just edit that on out.
Yeah. Hold on. But some people really think that.
Yeah,
you
some
know?
people.
And so we got to really make sure that, you know, that you got to, what I've learned at 35 years old now, that there's some things that I could have prevented had I had boundaries along the way. And that's all I'm saying. I just got to have boundaries.
I think the earlier, even if you met somebody and you can tell, I think where people mess up is people don't lay out expectations.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you feel like, hey, this is going somewhere, we kind of like each other, we kind of feeling each other, we're interested, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be some kind of conversation of expectations. What I like, what I don't like. Here's a question that I've asked somebody before that I think is important to ask them.
Yep.
That I learned from somebody else. What do I need to do to keep your attention?
That's a good one.
What do I need to do to make sure that you feel secure in what we got going on?
I started asking in my 30s, and things. I started getting more quality of people when I started. I started getting quality treatment too. I had a friend tell me this: "Well, you got to teach people how to treat you."
Yep, there you go.
And so part of teaching people how to treat you is learning how to treat them as well. So asking those questions, setting those expectations up front, and it's okay. Like if you can't meet those, if I can't meet yours, I mean that's okay. I think when we have those conversations up front, that's how you eliminate ending on bad terms and all that kind of stuff. I mean, as long as you kind of have those conversations up front, I said it before, you're toxic when you're the only one that knows the expectations in the relationship. Yeah,
you got to lay out the expectations because I know everybody got quirks.
Yeah,
and you should just go ahead and ask people, hey, what's your quirk? What's something that's gonna drive you apart? I'll tell you one, bro. I'm gonna get this, and I know we got to head on out of here.
Yeah, we got to head out of here.
I'm a big tell me good night. I don't like that I just fell asleep thing. Yeah. I don't know where it came from. And I'm talking about anybody. End the conversation. I like there to be a definite end to a conversation.
You know, the night get real long when you waiting on a text too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it'd be 8:30, then it'd be 8:34.
Then it'd be 9:30.
Then it'd be and then an hour only passed, but it feel like 6.
Yeah.
When you waiting on that, you know what I'm saying? And then God forbid you send the text and then you don't get one back to the next day. That's a whole nother.
But that's why I said I like if you getting tired, just go ahead and tell me you're tired and let's end this conversation.
Definitely.
Don't let it be no pause in there. Just say, hey, good night.
Definitely.
Good night. Enjoy talking to you. Talk to you tomorrow. Hey, I'm tired.
Definitely.
That's one of my quirks. That's a small quirk. I got a lot of quirks.
Definitely.
I'm a difficult person to love. I can admit that. Give us one of your quirks before we head out. Give us one of your quirks. What's a quirk?
I hate repeating myself. I can't stand it. Like if I have to, when you on the phone or whatever, like every other word, you know what I mean? And I know I'm a clear speaker.
Oh, he's clear.
I know I'm very.
He's gonna tell you, text you, and send you an email. Good God,
I know I'm thorough, and when you say after every third word, I just be like, never mind. It's okay. That's one of my quirks. Man, listen, put your quirks in the comments in the chat. You know what I mean? Let us know. Do you want to hear from a person that you're just interested in, every single day? And if you don't, that means they don't like you. I personally don't think that's the case. Rashawn, this man is hurt. This man of God is hurt. This man of God is hurt. This man of God don't got. Let me just going to deliver you right now. You ain't got no boundaries. You too available. Listen, God is closing. No, let me stop playing with you. Hey, man,
I'm gonna start not texting back for hours. That's the problem. You're right. I text back
too available, man.
Too available.
Man, listen, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here on this podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and comment everything. Give me a second podcast. Safe Space Radio and the network where we keep the main thing thing because you are the main character in your story. And while I'm thinking about it, listen, if you want your picture taken and you live in the Fayetteville area, you want something to be recorded, be a videography, because the man is blowing up right now. You know what I mean? I'm recording for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If your church needs sound.
If you need sound,
if y'all need to get y'all stuff together, y'all need to get your sound right, because half y'all churches don't sound good anyway.
I heard that.
Call my brother.
Call me. If you need a friend, call me. And listen, after you have that good Sunday meal, where can they go eat at, my man?
Go to Uptown's Chicken and Waffles.
He also sells houses, and you're going to get it in the same outfit that he has on right now. He ain't dressing up. He ain't wearing a suit. You're closing in this right here.
Yeah, you're closing in this. We're gonna be comfortable while we get you a house. But call me 910-987-8705, and like we talked about in the podcast, clearly I'm available. So I'll text you back. I promise.
We love y'all, man. Take care of yourselves. We out.
All right, yeah.